With me now, Jane Orient of the Association of American Physicians and Surgeons. Jane, recently you did an online survey, your organization did an online survey that found physicians want more information. They want a release of medical records of Hillary Clinton. Why do you think that's important to the consideration overall?
Well, I think it's important because the questions raised concern whether Mrs. Clinton is capable of at all times doing the job of president, which requires one to be alert and able to reason and think logically. And there have been some evidence that her old medical problems of a transverse sinus thrombosis in her head and the traumatic brain injury from a severe concussion may have left some long-term impairments.
Now, a lot of critics have said this is simply political posturing. There is no concern. You disagree. Why?
Well, I think that's just a pretext, and a lot of the negative feedback about us daring to even mention this evaporated after that incident on 9/11 when she was fortuitously seen to have a singing episode on getting into her van after she left the 9/11 memorial early.
But we could also argue with the first debate behind us, the first presidential debate behind us, that she was alert, ready to go when all was right.
Yes, she did look good during the debate, but she could have an intermittent problem when the pressure in her brain goes up, which would account for Huma Abedin stating in an email recovered through litigation that she can be confused and that people need to be aware of that when dealing with her.
Right now, your organization and really that survey, it's calling for a release of information, not necessarily a disqualification.
Right. I think that she needs to answer the questions, which she has thus far refused to do, about whether any neurocognitive testing has been done or could be done. Certainly her records, while they acknowledge the existence of these diagnoses, do not comment on what testing was done to see what the sequelae are, namely the intracranial pressure, what the status of the clot, and the status of the traumatic brain injury, which can be a permanent cognitive impairment as a result of the concussion.
All right, Jane, thank you so much for your input. We'll get this out there.
Thank you.